A winter storm is bringing snow across the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast this morning, and we have a rapid warm-up as we go into next week where temperatures could soar, and also an ice storm is definitely possible as we go through the middle of next week. We'll be diving into the details in today's weather forecast. Welcome back to Weather on the Go, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great start to their Friday out there. Make sure if you are new to the channel to subscribe down below for these detailed weather breakdowns and also helping me get to 75,000 subscribers by the end of this month when we're running out of time to get to that goal. And I do appreciate everybody pressing the like button. I do appreciate that as well. Looking here at our current weather conditions across the United States here this morning, we have that snow and that winter storm continuing across portions of Ohio there with the snowfall into northeastern Kentucky, West Virginia, up into Pennsylvania there, Maryland and Delaware seeing some snow out there, New Jersey and southern portions of New York as we go through your morning hours. Going through today, we're going to continue to see the snow over here into places like Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Philadelphia, the Trenton region, and New York City as we go through much of the day today. And then as we go into tonight, that quick moving system will be already off of the coast, and we'll be seeing a Arctic high pressure system building in behind that across the Midwest and the eastern 2/3 of the country, ushering in some colder air. And that continues as we go into Saturday. We do have some lake effect snow though to worry about as we go into the early part of the weekend. Some heavier bands starting to set up across western lower Michigan into northwestern and northern Indiana and portions of western New York State as we go through the early part of the weekend. So here's your snowfall accumulation in inches now through your Saturday time frame on January 20th. A decent amount of snow is expected here from the Ohio Valley into the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, this time further to the south. So you can see 1 to 3 inches in general across Indiana there, southern lower Michigan getting into Ohio, and then picking up to 2 to 4 inches across portions there of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, southern New York State there, through portions of northern Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, and then getting into Long Island as well, starting to see some of those 2 to 4 inch snowfall amounts. The snowfall will be enhanced a little bit in the Appalachians across portions there of western Maryland and eastern West Virginia of over 6 inches of snow as we go through your Saturday time frame. And again, looking up across the I-95 corridor, Boston down through Hartford, up to an inch of snow can be expected. New York City around 1 to 2 inches can be expected through your Saturday morning commute. Looking at those commute time frames, we are seeing some minor to moderate travel disruptions expected from the eastern Ohio Valley there into Ohio, moving eastward into Pennsylvania, West Virginia. As you go up in elevation there into the Appalachians, that's where we run into more of those moderate travel disruptions into the weekend. Same thing here near the Philadelphia region and into Trenton and towards New Jersey. We could have those moderate travel disruptions where the heavier snowfall rates will be flying as we go into your Friday and Saturday time frame. And going through today here, we have that second push of Arctic air pushing further south there into the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and the Northeast. That's going to be bringing our temperatures back down for highs as we go through today and into your Saturday time frame as that moves across the eastern 2/3 of the country. But finally by Sunday, we kick out that Arctic air. It moves east into eastern Canada, and we start to build those heights back up, which means essentially our temperatures will start to transition to a much more milder pattern as we end the weekend and start next week. First though, let's get through the next couple of days. So here's your high temperatures this afternoon. Not as warm as yesterday, as that second push of Arctic air will be pushing further south. We have single digits up here across the upper Midwest, teens and 20s further to the south. Notice the freezing line down here across portions of the southeast and into the southern plains. So it's not going to be as warm as yesterday. Throwing a little bit of wind out there, and we have those negative wind chill values getting all the way south into northeastern Kansas, getting into northern Missouri, south central Illinois, into northwestern Indiana. And some of those areas within that region could be seeing 10 to 20 degrees below zero wind chills through the height of the day today as we wake up on Saturday morning. If you have any errands to run or just heading out the door in general, these are your low temperatures out there, below zero across the upper Midwest, into the Dakotas and into eastern Nebraska there, especially under with that snowpack there. Look at the freezing line going all the way south here into northern Florida, near the Gulf Coast, and into south central Texas here. Yeah, the Houston region at 31, 23 in Dallas-Fort Worth, 21 in Jackson, Mississippi there, and 17 in Atlanta for your morning low on Saturday. Factoring in the wind chills there, this is the coldest day we do see across this region with our second push of cold air. We have 20 to 30 degrees below zero wind chills, so more wind chill advisories are likely needed up here across the north central states for your Saturday morning time frame. Going into Saturday afternoon, we do recover above zero, so we're back to the single digits and the teens above zero for your afternoon highs, but the wind out there will still make it feel like below zero there, at least a few degrees below zero as we go into your Saturday afternoon, especially up there into the Dakotas, Nebraska, getting into Minnesota, Iowa, southern Wisconsin, and northern Illinois, and then also across portions of interior New England and in those higher elevations in the Appalachians, feeling like it's below zero for your Saturday afternoon. Then as we go into next week, if you're tired of the cold, then here we go. We have some warmer air moving in. This is more Pacific air and Gulf of Mexico air. We're going to start to see more southwesterly and southerly flow aloft, which will essentially mean warmer temperatures and warmer days ahead into next week. But this will turn into an active weather pattern as we have several disturbances moving up from the Pacific and from the Gulf of Mexico across the southern and central U.S. that will lead to additional rain chances and winter storm potential as we go into next week. The first of which arrives on Sunday night here. We have rain moving into Texas Hill Country here. This is likely all liquid precipitation from San Antonio up there toward the Dallas-Fort Worth area and right over Dallas or just to the north of there toward the Red River and especially into Oklahoma, western Arkansas, and southeast Kansas on Sunday night. We could have a mixture of some frozen precipitation. That could be sleet, that could be some freezing rain, that could also be some snow out there as we go into Sunday night. Going into Monday, notice that moves further north, so that freezing line moves further north into portions of Missouri, into western Illinois, likely seeing that mixture of snow, sleet, and freezing rain. The rain line and even thunderstorm activity will start to move across portions of East Texas by then, eastern Oklahoma, into Louisiana and Arkansas on Monday. Then as we go into Monday night, very interesting looking setup here, and it may not happen exactly like this, but just know that if you live in the Midwest or the southern Great Lakes region, later in the day on Monday and into that Tuesday time frame, we need to keep an eye on that frozen precipitation. Again, this could be snow, this could be sleet, this could be freezing rain, or all three across this region, and we need to keep an eye on that. An icy mix is possible going into Monday night and even on Tuesday before that changes over to all snow as that deeper, more dense cold air moves into portions of southeastern Canada by that Tuesday time frame. Everywhere south of the lakes, though, that will likely be rainfall and some thunderstorm activity through the day on Tuesday. Let's look at the icing potential here first. This is model number 1 showing the icing from portions of the southern lakes through the Midwest there, especially into northern and central Illinois, getting down through Missouri there into Arkansas, Oklahoma, and possibly as far south as far northern Texas there. And looking at model number 2, you can see very similar placement, but a little bit more aggravated with some of those amounts out there. We're not going to pay attention to the amounts right now. It is still 3 to 5 days away, so we are going to keep an eye on this. But right now, just looking at the placement on which the ice could accumulate. Also, further to the north, as we go into the upper Great Lakes, southeastern Canada, we could be talking about some decent snow starting to fall up here. This is an average, a mean of 35 members up across the UP of Michigan, northern lower Michigan there, and toward the Toronto region, and even in towards portions of Ontario in towards next week. Looking at our new and updated U.S. drought monitor that was released yesterday, and you can see there is still significant drought down here across the deep south and really across the middle of the country. And it is good news that we are seeing that rainfall coming at a very good time as we try to eliminate that drought heading into the warm season, which would be spring heading into the next couple of months. Here is your accumulated precipitation in inches. This is just one round, Monday the 22nd into Tuesday the 23rd next week. You can see some fairly heavy rains can be expected down here across East Texas, getting into southeastern Oklahoma, Arkansas, into Louisiana, and perhaps as far east as western Mississippi. That round will push to the east, so on Tuesday the 23rd into Wednesday the 24th, that will move further east here along portions of coastal Texas, getting into coastal Louisiana there, into portions of southern Mississippi, and then eventually up there into Tennessee and into Alabama. Then as we go into Wednesday the 24th into Thursday the 25th, notice the similar corridor of some very heavy rains down here near the Gulf Coast and into the Dixie Alley region. And then Thursday the 25th into Friday the 26th. Again, very similar corridor, just another round of some showers and thunderstorms. So when you put it all together, yes, very heavy rainfall can be expected between now and a week from now through next Friday on January 26th, and the heaviest of the rains do appear to be in the yellow and orange shaded colors down here across southeast Texas, including the Beaumont and Houston region, maybe as far south as Corpus Christi, but then getting up through Shreveport, Baton Rouge, Alexandria, Louisiana, there into Lake Charles, maybe up there into southern Arkansas, and then getting into southwestern Mississippi, very close to the Jackson, Mississippi region. In these colors, we could easily be talking rainfall amounts in excess of 6 inches just within that week time frame. And then moving north and east from there, the red colors here all the way up into western Tennessee, places like Memphis there, into Nashville, and even over here into Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, and Montgomery into Alabama, could easily be talking 2 to 4 inches. And then a lower amount, but still appreciable rain across the lower Ohio Valley there into Evansville, Indiana, Lexington, Kentucky, and Cincinnati. As we go in towards next Friday, in those pink and purple colors, that's easily 1 to 2 inches worth of rain. So decent rains coming with that system into next week, and we will continue to keep you covered as we go through next week's time frame. If you are new to the channel, again, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below for detailed weather breakdowns. We will continue to keep you updated here on this channel moving forward. Also press the like button down below, and also share this video with friends, family, and on social media. And I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their Friday out there.